Thank you. Somebody said that. All right. So anyway, I'm just going to take some time to go over our syllabus and kind of let us know, I'm not going to go through the course objectives. Here is our book that we're going to be using. If you haven't gotten it, I do recommend that you do get it. Now, I did pick the Revel edition. Now, there are a couple reasons why I do that is because there is always a book issue. And it never fails. I have somebody or a group of people that are in my class that don't get their books until weeks after we start. And it's kind of a problem, not just with them, but with the supply route and all that stuff. So what I did is I picked the Revel edition. It's cheaper than the brand new version. And if you want to get another, like a ebook or a hard copy or something, you're more than welcome to do that, as long as it's the 9th edition, because all of my quizzes and exams are based on the 9th edition. So if you get something either newer or older, I think there might be a new edition coming out, but I don't know anybody that gets a newest edition on purpose. But anyway, if you get something close to that, it should be okay. If you don't, like if you get like the 6th edition or something, you might have problems with the information that's in there. So just be aware that the 9th edition is, I'm sorry, the quizzes and the exams are based on the 9th edition. And that's what you should get, but it's up to you if you want to do that. I won't be using any of the Revel functions. So any of the videos, those are great study guides. And if you want a little bit more information and videos on the Revel stuff is very, very helpful, but I don't require any work within Revel itself. Okay. APA, here's a great resource for APA. I also have some other ones that I'm going to show you. Maybe not in this. What time do we have until, I think it's 10:45, correct? I believe. So I think we got a little bit of time here. So anyway, this is one of those resources. I'll show you some other ones later. So a lot of what we're going to be doing are going to be based on, I tried to set up the course so that it is going to be pretty consistent from week to week with very few exceptions, okay? The movie reviews and article reviews, which I have alternating. But for the most part, we're gonna have our weekly discussion, which is gonna be held in Packback. I'll explain that here in just a bit. We're going to have our reading assignment, our quiz, which is gonna be a 130 points total, so 10 points per week. And then we're gonna have our weekly, let's see if I can find it. Article review. Okay, I somehow seem to have missed the assignment. So anyway, we also have a weekly assignment that's going to be due as a paper, and it's nothing too grueling. We're not going to be doing like research papers every week or anything like that. But so for the class participation, we're going to be measuring that through, I guess I didn't put assignments on there. We're going to be doing that through a program called Packback. How many of you have used Packback before? Could just be like a thumbs up or something, or in chat.
Yeah, I have not.
You have not. Okay. So the reason I use Packback is because it's a great program. Many of you are probably familiar with discussion questions. I used to use discussion questions a lot because it's a great way to interact with other students and kind of see what their opinions are. But I found them over the years to be very dry and very bland. So last year I tried this new program. It's called Packback. And what it does is it has you generate a quality question. It's not just a yes or no question. Like for example, why is psychology so embedded in many things that we do? That would be a question that I asked. And then I posed that question, then other students ask or answer that question for me, either what it means to them or what the correct answer would be or whatever that may be. So it's a little bit more interactive. It's definitely more educational. And overall, I just like using this. So to that end, hopefully all of you have been able to establish a Packback course. Don't worry if you didn't get it. We're going to work with you all week. I've got the instructions in here and in D2L on how you can set that up if you didn't get that. But all you really need to do is get into the community. And I don't have the code here. I have the code in D2L, which I'll show you here in just a little bit as well. But anyway, one question by Thursday. So for this week and this week only, I asked a question in there is, what does lifespan development mean for you? Okay. How does it fit into your career goals, your personal lives, whatever that may be? All you have to do is answer that this week. So we're not doing 2 responses. I just need you to do 1 response to my question this week just to get a feel of it. And then next week, we'll start out with asking a question by Thursday and 2 responses by Saturday. Okay. So any questions on that so far? And again, I'll show you how you can set that up. You can go through this to set that up, but there's also a registration code that you'll need to enter. It should not charge you, by the way. For hack students, you should be getting this for free. If it tries to charge you, please, please, please don't pay it. Let me know immediately, and I'll reach out to somebody to make sure that that nobody paid it. Okay. All right. Any questions so far on Packback?
Yeah, I have a question, please.
Sure.
I don't really understand what you mean by 1 question and 2 responses.
I'm going to actually show you Packback here in just a little bit and show you how that's set up. Okay. So just bear with me on that, and I'll get to that one. Okay. Okay. And as I promised, our weekly assignment is going to be due on Saturdays, I believe. So be aware of that. So what I avoided doing in this course is having everything due by Sunday. I know a lot of professors have just like a due date by Sunday for their virtual courses. I don't want to do that, because what it means is everybody waits until Sunday. And I've had that happen a couple times where either eHack goes out or D2L goes out or Packback goes out. There's a system down, and then everybody's scrambling and emailing me at 11:59 on Sunday night. So I kind of chunked that out a little bit throughout the week and set those due dates. So please pay attention to those due dates. So, we can get everybody making sure that that they're able to answer questions from other students and whatnot. And yeah, it doesn't all happen on Sunday. So anyway, our assignments are worth 20 points each week, due on Saturday. They must adhere to APA format. Now, many of you have been here for a while. Some of you have not. APA is a little bit different than MLA or Chicago paper. So if you're not familiar with it, unfortunately, I can help you out a little bit. I've provided a lot of resources. However, what I really, really encourage you to do is, if you struggle with APA, reach out to the Writing Center, reach out to the Tutor Center, use those resources I provided. And the Writing Center, they're eager to help people out. So please use them. They're a great resource. And they're very helpful in doing is like if you create one of your article reviews, which we'll show a little bit later, and I give you feedback saying that your APA paper, your references aren't quite right. Now, while I'm happy to help you do that, I'm very limited on my time because this isn't a writing course. So if I had every one of my students asking me how to do APA paper, I'll show you what the examples look like. But what I'm saying is, if you need individualized help, please use the Writing Center. They're going to be a really great resource for you. Okay. All right. So for exams, we're going to have 2 of them. We're going to have a midterm exam around at week 7, and we're going to have a final exam during finals week, which is week 16. All of those are in the schedule. So article reviews at week 3, 8, and 12. Week 3, I kind of made it a little easier for you. I provided you the article. I'm giving you kind of the layout of what an article review is going to look at. And I'm going to give you some really, really good feedback on week 3. So that's why it's only 50 points, is because there's really not, this is just kind of getting you acclimated to how to do article reviews. And I'm actually going to show you this next week. So don't freak out about how to read some of these professional journal articles and stuff like that, because I'll walk you through and kind of show you how they're laid out and how we look at them. And then I'll turn you loose on week 3 to try it and see how you can weed through that information, find that article, and extrapolate some of the information out of that. That's going to be in week 3. And then week 8 and week 12, you'll be on your own as far as picking your own article and extrapolating what you want out of it. And then I'll grade that accordingly. Okay. So that's worth 200 of your grade points. And then movie reviews. I was doing this as a volunteer thing or as an extra credit thing. And over the summer, I said, what the heck, let's put this into into the course. Okay. So what we're going to be doing with the movie reviews is we have Canopy and we have Swank Library through Hack. And if I can find the links, I'll send them. So far, I did request that we get Look Who's Talking, Finding Nemo, and Boyhood. I haven't heard those yet, but whether we have access to those or not. But we do have Inside Out authorized. So that's at week 9. So week 4 and week 6 and week 14, if for whatever reason you don't have access to it, many of us have Netflix, many of us have Amazon. I'll check in, and if we don't have it, maybe I'll just set up like a movie night where we can, some of us that don't have access to it, we can watch it together. So you can get those, watch that and get the information out. So the way to do it, and actually, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'll go into D2L and show you how to do some of these movie reviews, but be on the lookout for those. Okay. You can access them yourself or you can watch them with me. All right. We don't have any canceled classes. You know, you can read through pretty much all this stuff on your own. And this is a breakdown of our grades. Now, a lot of students might be worried about how they're going to get an A, how they're going to get a B, how they're going to get a C. I have it broken down exactly how you can get an A here. So all of your quizzes. Oh, and actually, let me jump back to quizzes here because I forgot to mention one thing. So with your quizzes, I have a minimum of 80 for you to be able to pass your quiz. Okay. Now, that might sound a little harsh and ridiculous. However, where are my quizzes? Where'd you go? Oh, there we go. So the cool thing about the quizzes is you can take them as much as you want. Okay. So if say you get an 80, or I'm sorry, say you get a 60 on one quiz and you want to take it again, you can do that, and you can get an 80 or 90 or whatever. Say you get an 80 and you passed, but you want to maybe get a couple other points. All you have to do is keep taking it, and it's going to take your highest score. So you can't do any worse than what your highest score is. Now, the catch to that is if you take it multiple times, it's going to give you different questions every time because it pulls 10 from a random selection of 20, anywhere from 20 to 30 questions that I have in there. So what it's doing is it's kind of forcing you to be exposed to the information that's in the book. I find the students that are best, that are most successful in taking these quizzes and passing them are ones that read through the chapter first. So if you skim through the chapter, kind of just absorb everything, you don't have to memorize it. It is open book. You'll have an idea of where you can locate that information. So when that item comes up, and they're generally in order too, you know where to look in that book, and you can answer that question and get your 80 a little quicker. Okay. So that's kind of the cool part about the quizzes is there's really low threat to those as long as you strive to get a better grade with that. Okay. But you know, life happens. So in order to get an A, you don't have to get all of your quizzes. You don't have to get all of your assignments. You know, if, say you missed a week, or say you've done stellar throughout the entire 14 weeks, and then the 14th week comes along and you don't want to, you kind of just want to coast it. You can do that and still get an A. Okay. Because I want to teach all of you to be able to absorb this information and to better appreciate this information without having the worry of having to be a perfectionist through this. Okay. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm certainly looking for effort. Grade B, a little less, 11 quizzes out of 13, 11 weekly assignments, and 3 out of 3 article reviews, 4 out of 4 article reviews. C, same thing, a little less for each of them. You know, 2 out of 3 article reviews, 3 out of 4 movie reviews. Okay. And then D, pretty much if you do some of this work, I think it levels out to like a 40 or something like that. You can still get a D to pass this course. And then of course, very minimal or no effort whatsoever would be a grade of F. Okay. Any questions on the grading or the quizzes or anything I've covered? I see some Are the quizzes timed? They will show a time on there, I believe, but I think it's open-ended. Now, one thing I will mention about the quizzes, so for the midterm exam and the final exams, they are going to be reflective of whatever chapters we covered up until that point. So I believe it's chapters 1 through 7 for the midterm, and then it's 8 through 14 or 15, I believe, for the final exam. And all of those questions that are in the pools for those quizzes are eligible to be on those exams. So what does that mean? So say quiz 1 has 25 questions, but you only got 10 of them because you got a 90% your first time and you didn't go back and try it again. There are probably going to be about 15 questions on there that you haven't seen. I fixed that because what I'll set up is a midterm and final review about a week and a half prior to the final and midterm being due. So it'll give you all the questions, and they'll be in random order, and it'll help you practice for that final exam, okay, which is going to be just 50 of how many of that pool is going to be. So it is a little bit of a whack-a-mole situation. So you're going to try and figure out which ones are going to pop up, and so the better prepared you are, the better you're going to do on these quizzes. And I will say, or on these exams, I will say, I find the people that are most successful on the final exam and midterm are ones that have taken 3, 4, 5 times each one of those chapter quizzes just to practice for them. Okay. So very easy to get a perfect score on that if you're well prepared. All right. Let me go through some of these other questions here. Look, okay. Looks like some of you are starting a study group. That's awesome. Okay. All right. So yeah, timing is not going to be an issue for the quizzes. I believe it is for the final exams. I did receive special accommodations from some of you. If that was the case, I will be taking care of that. So don't worry about that. All right. So how I have the schedule of events set up, very easy. If you have any questions whatsoever, no, you do not have a checklist, Semra. I don't do checklists because they are not fun to create or to follow. Do we have any assignments due this week? Yes, we do have assignments. I'm going to show you that here in just a minute. All right. So anyway, whatever is due this week, you can find right here in assignments due. So as you can see, syllabus quiz due by Thursday, initial pack back due by Thursday. That is actually incorrect. As long as you answer, if you want to try and do a question, you're more than welcome to. If you want to just answer my question, you're more than welcome to do that. So either way, as long as you do something this week, you're going to get 10 points. Okay. So don't worry about that. And then we have our chapter 1 quiz due by Sunday midnight. And all these times are by midnight. Okay. So be aware of that. So anyway, yeah, just follow along with these and pay attention. I did highlight when, peer feedback. I don't know why that's on there. Disregard peer feedback. I'll fix that. That shouldn't be on there. But week 3, peer feedback. What is that? Actually, I think that's because of the assignment 3. Never mind. I think assignment 3 is something that you're going to be providing peer feedback. So I'll look into that. It should have the instructions in there. But your first article review is going to be due Friday. Oh, that's what the peer feedback is. Sorry, I'm getting a little lost here. So your first article review is going to be due on Friday of week 3. So it's 3 weeks from this week. Okay. Article review is due. And then post that in 2 different places. You're going to put that in the Dropbox, which I'll show you here in a bit. And then you're also going to put that into a discussion so that your peers, your classmates can respond back and tell you what they got out of it, if they noticed any kind of, if they had any suggestions for formatting, whatever. Okay, so that's week 3. Week 4, you have your movie reviews. So just follow along with this, and this will give you a good indication of what's due and when. Okay. Any questions so far? Do we have access to my video recordings? Yes, you do. I'm going to post these and probably swap them out for the one that we had last class. And I'll show you where those are in a little bit. Will I be able to answer questions? I got correctly, will I be able to? No, you will not be able to see the answers that you got correct. I want to make this a little bit of a challenge for you. I know you can do it. It's easy to get an A in the quizzes. Trust me, I'm not putting anything sneaky in there. Whatever you need is right out of the book. So to that end, yeah, I don't provide the answers to the ones you got incorrect, or I do show the ones that you got incorrect, and you can go back and look up the answers so you have them for the next time. But I do make it a little bit of an effort to try and find the answers for these items. Okay. Do we have any assignments due this week? I answered that. Multiple books. Do we have multiple books? No, we just have one. We have a second book in the home tab for Brightspace. I'll have to look at that here in just a minute. I'll be able to see questions. I have access to the video recordings. I'll show you that. Are we to do assignments under the discussion tab that says due Wednesday? I will address that here in a little bit. Is your news feed on D2L up to date? I would like to. Oh, wait. Okay, I would like to show our next items that are due. So what do you mean? Lauren, I think that is. What do you mean by that?
Sometimes like on D2L for some of my classes, like on the right-hand side of D2L on the main page, it'll say like up next, like September
I
13th,
see.
this due, like, so it's such and such due. I don't know
Okay.
if you update that or not. It's totally fine if you don't, just so I know.
Can you see my D2L right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you mean for the calendar?
Yeah, like is
Yeah.
that, do you do that or not really? You do, it looks like you do.
I do, yes. And
Okay.
sometimes it's off. I had like a complete system failure for one of my colleges where even though I had set that to show up on here, it was given the wrong date and it was wreaking havoc. I had to I kept telling students, don't follow the calendar. Sometimes that happens. If there's a question, just ask and I'll let you know. Yeah, follow the calendar or follow. But if you follow the syllabus, you won't go wrong. The syllabus is 100% correct.
Awesome.
Okay.
That answers my question. Thank you.
Yep. Will I be able to see? Let's see. Where did I go? Newsfeed. Sometimes C2L will have the calendar on there. Yep. Okay. And we are using ebook. You can use ebook. You can use, as I said, you can use your regular book, whatever you like, your hard copy, whatever you like. So when you open up, when you click on PSYC-209, oh, my bad. I'll fix that right now. When you open up PSYC-209, you're going to come up on our news page, our news feed. Okay. So our course home, any announcements that I have to make are going to be here. Okay. I do have office hours. So if you want to meet outside of the, of a regular class, and for those of you that for whatever reason, if you have medical or travel or something that's coming up that you can't make it to class, I will have recordings for that. And I'll show you where those are located here in just a bit. But should you need to meet with me, one-on-one for whatever reason, here's the link for that. Don't go to our classroom because that won't be active, but you can go to this link and I'll meet you there. I might put you in a waiting room because I'm helping out with other students, but I will eventually get to you. Okay. Communication, this really highlights, I'm not gonna go this line by line. You can all read this. For Packback, this gives you how to set up your Packback. Once you get your account set up here, it's going to ask you for a lookup key for the course, for the community. This is where you're going to get that. Okay. That's going to be in this news and announcement. So you'll have that. For those of you that are using Revel or textbook, here's the information for that. So anyway, any important announcements I have are going to be made in this page here, news and announcements. Okay. Pretty straightforward with that. For content, a lot of what we're going to be doing is going to be spending time in content. You can go to discussions, Dropbox, quizzes if you want, but they're not nearly as user-friendly. I set up course content so that it's visually appealing. So you can kind of see what's going on as we're doing it. All right. So for example, yeah, you go into overview, you have my little welcome message here. You've got the syllabus. If you want it, you can download it. Okay. You got your course schedule if you want it. Course content. all of your APA examples are going to be in here. So if you want to know how to write an abstract, we're not actually doing any abstracts in this class, but I've got all this information in here. So just look through it and see what you can do. If you can't find what you're looking for in here and you need help, like doing hanging indents, I should have something in here for that. I'm going to have to add that because I get a lot of questions as to how to do hanging. Oh, yeah, here it is. How to do hanging indent there. Okay. So that's in course content. General questions.
Excuse me, Professor.
Yes, go ahead.
What you're showing right now is example everything you asked, like how to do APA, all that.
Yes. Yeah. So this is an
Okay.
example. It's not a
Perfect.
great example, but it kind of illustrates what you're going to be looking at for a research paper. Now, we're not doing a research paper, so don't be overwhelmed with what you see in there. It's just an example, but it's going to show you what a title page looks like. It's going to show you what the margins look like, what the font is, and then at the very end, how to set up a reference page. So that's really the value of that APA example there. So don't get, it is like 20 pages long because it actually goes through an entire research paper, but don't worry about that. Most we're going to do is like 2 or 3 pages, and that's
Okay.
tops. So don't get
Okay.
overwhelmed. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. I'm kind of barreling through because I know I'm running out of time. So general questions, if you have questions, I troll through the general discussion questions every day. So if you have a question, put it in there. And I do encourage, if you have classroom questions, to put it in there because it does help me to better assist other students that may have a similar question. Class videos. These are all, again, if you go through, these are not going to be our class. These are just ones that I uploaded last time, just for any of those of you that want to work ahead or look at what, kind of what some of the lectures are. I will be editing these and I will be putting our most current stuff up. It usually takes me about a week and a half to do that because I have a lot of videos that I do this with. So be aware of that. Now, the important part is clicking on each week. So each week I have broken up into 4 sections, a brief little overview. I've got a bunch of resources here, including our PowerPoint video, the slides for that chapter, and some videos that better explain things that we're going to be dealing with that week. Okay. So assignment chapter 1 Word document. I don't know why that's in there. I have to figure out what that is. So anyway, your pack back, as you can see, is due September 2nd. Okay, so that's going to be Thursday, right? And then I'll provide feedback on that. Assignment number 1 is due on. Oh, that's due on Wednesday because that's the only time. Actually, I'm going to change that. It's not due on Wednesday. But if you can go in there and just check in and do that assignment before maybe Thursday or Friday, that'd be fine. I'll fix that date. And then your quiz, it says it's due on Sunday. Please try and have it done like by the, what am I thinking? The midterm and the finals, just so I can get those grades in. So you do have a little bit of leeway on the quizzes. So if you don't get them due by Sunday, you can usually do them by Monday or Tuesday, and that wouldn't be a huge issue. Okay, so I know we're running out of time. Let me try and get to some of these questions. Setting up the content up so well. When do quizzes open during the week? They open on.
Professor.
Yeah,
Professor,
go ahead.
I heard my mom screaming. I have to go. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I will listen, but I will not be here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be shutting down here anyway because I think we're running up on time. So I'm going to cover pack back on Wednesday. But are there any other questions?
So we won't have that assignment due Wednesday then?
Get to it when you can,
Okay.
preferably just by Friday. I find that a lot of students have a hard time getting to it by Wednesday. So if you could just get first week or 2, I'm very flexible on due dates. I know a lot of you are just getting acclimated to college life, but try and get them by the due date this week and next week, and then we'll we should be in a routine by 3 or 4. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry if you already answered this question. How long did you want our responses to be in Packback?
I'm going to show you Pack Back on Wednesday. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. No problem. Any other questions?
When will you be like after you record the class and stuff like that? How long does it typically take you to upload the videos of the class to Brightspace?
That varies, and it really just depends on how much free time I have, which my first couple weeks is not very much. And that's why I put previous class ones in there, just so you at least have something, because I cover pretty much the same thing from every class to class. The questions might be different. The students are definitely different. I don't think I have any repeat students here this one, but that's a good sign. That means everybody's passing. But anyway, yeah. So what that's why I put those old ones in there. It's just so you're not waiting around a week or two for the other ones. It's a process. Not only do I record them, but I upload them to YouTube so that I can get closed captioning on it, and then I have to upload that to D2L. So it does take quite a lengthy process to do that. So unfortunately, I can't just do it right after I haven't found a way yet. If any techies out there know a better way to do that, let me know.
Can you provide us with the link to the YouTube videos? I know they're in Brightspace, but I kind of prefer YouTube setting because I'm used to that one instead of Brightspace.
To what setting?
The how you call it, the user interface of Brightspace is a little bit, I'm still getting used to it, while
Okay.
the user interface in YouTube I'm already familiar with. So I was wondering if you can post a link to your YouTube channel so I can like have access and more familiarity to your videos.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I think if you just search me in YouTube, I think you can find me. But yeah, I can find that link, and you can subscribe if that helps.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
I had a simple question.
Sure.
So the Pearson, the Revel book, I think it said something about like a $20 upgrade, and you could access to like printed material, like as in like, can you print the chapters out with that? Do you know?
I don't know. I think I've seen it done. I don't know if that was done through Revel. That's an exorbitant amount of paper, and I think you're going to spend more on
Right.
paper and toner than you would the actual book. Yeah. So I don't have the answer for that. I can certainly ask around, or if you can find the answer and let me know, that'd be good to know.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll let you know if I do.
Okay. All right.
I just want to ask one more thing. We will be done chapter first.
What's that?
Are we will be done chapter first, the first chapter on Wednesday?
By Sunday. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you still asking?
No, I just asked.
Yep. So so the chapter 1, if you could read through the chapter at sometime this week, that'll help you do the assignment. I do have the assignment 1 set up for Wednesday. However, with everybody being busy and I haven't gone through Packback or any of that stuff yet, I'm going to walk you through what assignment 1 is Wednesday, and then by Sunday you'll have quiz 1 that's due on the chapter. Is that answering your question?
Yeah, the covering the chapter. I was talking about more
the coloring of the chapter.
First chapter 1.
Okay.
Are we able to cover the first chapter on Wednesday?
Oh, so how I do the chapters is these chapters are really, really big. So what I do is I usually pick and pull information out from that and like cover just one topic at a time. So for this week, it's really tough because we have so much information to come out. Many of you have had, all of you should have had general psychology. So this is just kind of a recap of what you had with general psychology. It shouldn't be too much different than that. So I don't really cover a whole lot. I will talk about psychology as a science a little bit on Wednesday, but I got to get through Packback and kind of get everybody set up. So that's I kind of blended chapter 1 and syllabus week all in the same, because all of you have had this before, so I'm not going to really go through and go through details on what chapter 1 covers as psychology as a science, but I will talk about a little bit of it on Wednesday.
Okay, the quiz is more covers from the book rather than the class, you mean, or just like they combine together? Because I had the professor that like he asks us the questions from the class rather than the book, and like he added like new information, and he asked the quizzes, but like he also he was doing as like you, he just put the last classes, the videos, but like we were in the class, he just mentioned the new things, but when you watch the old videos, you can't find the information. But the quiz depends on that information, and I was losing so much points, and I just want to ask.
No, yeah. So all the quizzes are based on the chapters. So that it's like verbatim almost in many of those cases. So I don't put anything in the quizzes that cover that's in the lecture or anything. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Any other questions?
Are you a stickler for APA citation? Like it has to be exactly the way it should be, because I struggle with APA.
I will be. So we're going to work to that point, because I want all of you to know how to do these references, because many of you, like you said, you're going to nursing, you're thinking about psychology as a career, with the exception, I think 1 or 2 of you, all of you are going to probably be using APA for a very long time if you're going to be going into the field or going into grad school or undergrad school or something like that. So yeah, my part of my vision is you will have know how to do a good reference page and a title page, and at least set up your margins by the time you leave this course. But again, I'll walk you through that, and the Writing Center is there to help. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Actually, Professor, I'm just at the screen now. It says that the $20 thing it's a loose leaf print reference delivered by mail to complement your Revel experience. So I don't think that's the actual textbook.
Yeah. Okay. So it's probably one of the ones you have to get a binder for then.
Okay.
It's better than printing, I would say.
Well, I'm not sure what it is. It says it's to complement.
Yeah.
Print reference.
Oh, okay. Because what I have, let me show you what version I have. So when they send me stuff, and I don't know if this is through Wiley, they give you just a stack of papers. And of course I put a little binder on there just to keep them together. So I think that's maybe what they're giving you, but I think if you call them, they should be able to let you know exactly what they're giving. I was told that they give you the book for a little bit of an upcharge. So
the actual book.
Yeah, similar. If they said loose leaf, that's exactly what I showed you. They just give you stuff with holes in it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I got binders.
Okay. All right. I ran out. That's why I stopped getting them loose leaf. Any other questions? All right. Well, if nothing else, again, I will have some office hours. I won't be able to hang out too long. If anybody has anything personal they need to talk to me about, I got a couple minutes, but I do have to jet out of here by 11. It was great meeting all of you. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you same time on Wednesday. All right. All right. Bye-bye.